this particular video conferencing, what we're going to do, it's going to be titled "The Things You Do and Don't Do Basically Get You Where You Are Right Now." So that's the title of what we're going to be talking about, and the theme what we're going to be talking about. But before we go into that, I'm just going to rewind the tape basically in time from our past webinars what we had. And I think it's nearly over about a year since we had our last talks like this, so it might have been just under that. But the thing is, time's gone fast since we've spoke. What do you agree, guys?
Yeah, really fast.
Okay. What about you, Nadine?
Yeah, things have changed dramatically, haven't they?
Absolutely. So if you can cast your mind back about when we was talking about the business plans and ideas and what we was going to do in the future, before you was like gas safe registered, before you done anything, no body repair training, all that type of visualization, projecting in the future, what do you think, like going back in time then to sort of now? What about you, Nadine? You start with you.
Yeah, it's unrealistic. Imagine myself being here. I think it's almost exactly 1 year ago when we started talking on the webinars, almost give or take a couple of months, and things have developed dramatically since then.
Right. Okay. So in them days of like looking at what was going to be doing, I remember you saying like you're going to be terrified in standing in front of a boiler. I'll never forget that, what you said, because at that time you didn't have no experience, no confidence, no knowledge about fixing a boiler.
Yeah, that's all. I look back on that now, I can giggle to myself, and it's all history now. But it's all part of the learning curve, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And what about you, Gillen? What about when you used to sort of think about yourself in the future, but at that time you didn't have no experience, no knowledge on repairing a boiler?
Well, now when I'm looking at the videos on the Masterful Engineer program website, there's a lot of videos with me where you and me just sitting on front of the boiler, and you showing me the parts of the boiler, which part is what. So this is where I was. I didn't even know the parts of the boiler. I didn't know anything about boilers. And now, after the training and after the program we've been through, I'm in Birmingham doing a business, working on my own.
Right. Good. Okay. All right. So that's just a little bit of background of where we was and where we are now. So I'm just going to go over some questions of go through where we've been, where we're going, where we're at. So I'm going to go through asking both a series of questions, and then we'll see what the answers are, and we'll just analyze that and reflect on what's gone on and what we get from it. So as I said, this theme is about what you do or what you don't do, basically is the result of where you are. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to start with Nadine, and we're going to go through, as I said, the same questions with Gillen, and we'll just see what come out with from the questions and answers. Okay. So the first thing I want to ask you, Nadine, is at the present moment, how's the business doing?
In the present moment, it's slow, although there's seasonal influences on that. I understand that, but it's a little slower than I expected it to be, or should I say, it's a little slower than I would like it to be.
Okay, all right. So the performance of the business is if you just give a bit more detail, what's it slow? What's actually happening?
the volume of work coming through is a little bit lower than I expected. So if we were talking about volumes, the jobs per day, so the jobs per day is low.
Right. Okay. If we go back to the beginning when I was just talking about when I was doing the webinars, and in the beginning, I was talking about mindset business training on the Master Engineer program. Remember?
Yep.
So when we was talking about that, and that is in the past, and then we went for the launch of your business to go out there and start running, hitting the ground running, that was a plan. So using the Master Engineer program, how do you think that helped? Did you, or was it implemented in the beginning?
From my side, I suppose I didn't implement it 100% wholeheartedly. You know, that was evident in the fact that I signed up to the Masterful Engineer skill set training when I was in Manchester. So yeah, it's a bit of a catch up for me.
Right. So why do you think that was?
Why? Maybe it was because of lack of understanding on my behalf, or a lack of belief that perhaps the skill set training and the mindset training would benefit me. You know, it was just a misinterpretation, I think, on my behalf.
Right. But you use the key word, the belief, if it would help you. So basically, if I sort of read that correctly, you doubted the information, so hence, and you doubted it, so you thought, well, this isn't going to really do much for me, so I'm not going to put much effort into this, or I don't think I need this particular part. I can run with whatever I've got. Is that what the type of?
Yeah, if you were to summarize that, that would be almost exactly right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I didn't understand the value associated with all that training.
Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Cool. So in the webinars, what we said, a lot of things were said, different topics were said in the webinars, but the main thing, it sort of gave a path of how we was going to go about running the business, starting the business, really. The things what were set out, there was a clear path of what we was going to do, like a recipe to success. So that was what was really sort of shown in the webinars. So do you think this path was followed to the letter in your eyes? What do you think about following the path? And
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't followed to the letter. No. There were things that if I were to look back on what happened, I would look back and I would do things a bit differently, I think.
Okay. And what sort of made you come to them decisions to sort of go off the path? What was it? What was your ideas of success?
No, it wasn't that I went off the path. It was perhaps lack of belief that you know, those ideas may be as brilliant as perhaps they were portrayed to be as brilliant. So it was a lack of belief perhaps on my behalf.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes seeing is believing, isn't it?
That's true. That's true. But no, it's great information, because you know, that's exactly it. You know, if you don't believe in something, and you, like you said, you think it's too good to be true, and then you go, well, the doubt sets in, and then obviously your own belief of what you think is going to be the true path, you follow that, like anyone would. You either believe it or you don't. Simple as that. And if you don't believe it, then you go your own path. If you believe it, then you go the path what you believe is the right way for you. So it's nothing wrong with that, and it's great information what we're sort of talking about. So that's cool. Absolutely brilliant. So once you set the business going, what marketing tools did you use to sort of get new customers?
Well, pamphlet distribution, Facebook. I think we paid the the Google guys to optimize the website. We've done that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'd go back to Facebook. What did you actually do with Facebook, and how long have you sort of been on Facebook?
I have never had a Facebook account in my life, so it's not something that I naturally do. So I created an A&R Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been created, so that's been done.
Right. So okay. So you create a Facebook page, and like you said, you're not really familiar with Facebook. So how long has that been going? The Facebook page?
Ooh, so since our conversation on creating it, I suppose.
So a matter of weeks, and
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
okay, all right. So obviously that's not going to really do much at the moment. It's more of a long-term thing with Facebook. So
Yeah.
okay, so putting that aside, so the main marketing activities again, just was you were saying putting out flyers, yeah?
Yeah, flyers, optimize the website via Google. We used a company called iAd to do that, I believe, and then advertise on Gumtree as well.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right. And there's another way you've been getting business. We've been using Rated People as well.
Oh, Rated People, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and in the last year's webinars, I was a bit opposed to using Rated People. I spoke quite against using Rated People. However, because of the sort of reality of the situation of not a lot of work coming in, it was it's turned out a bit of a essential part to actually get work coming in. So with the Rated People side of things, how's that been working for you?
It's Rated People. Yeah, I've done a few jobs on Rated People, not many. The rates are phenomenally low. The quality of customer isn't the quality of customer that perhaps I was expecting. But in the interim, it's a measure in the interim, so it's something that I still pursue.
Right, good. Okay, so the things we spoke about, how do you feel about the decisions what you've made so far prior to launching a business and where you're at the moment?
I would like to be further ahead. As I think, as far as the skill set training is, I don't think I can be better than I am right now. I've done everything up to my mental capability, but it's an ongoing learning curve, obviously. So I'm still learning as I'm going along. But I think I've put in 100% effort regards the skill set training aspect of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the skill set training of it. Yeah, there's no question now of your body repair training, what you've done and how you've developed. Absolutely, you've done really, really well from the word go, from what you've done and what you achieve now, definitely. But the question what I was asking was, how do you feel about the decisions you've made to where you got to this part now in your sort of the business launch? In reflection, what you think? That's what I'm saying about decisions you've made or not made.
The decisions that I've made have been made due to the circumstances that I was in, I suppose. So they were according to the circumstances. So the decisions were made in good faith, and and the results are obvious.
Okay. I just like you to bring that to just make that bit more clear. You said the results are obvious. What do you mean by that? The results are obvious?
The decision to I obviously bought a second-hand van, I didn't have the money to buy a new van.
Mm.
So unfortunately, I've had a few problems with the van. But that's financial, really. That's something that I couldn't control. But
Okay.
otherwise, yeah.
Okay. So regards the van, like you said, you bought a second-hand van.
Yep.
Now going back in time on the path, this is one of the things about the path and the strategy, what was mentioned in the past webinars and the model. So that was one of the decisions, what was changed from the path. You purchased a second-hand van, like you said. I think, was it a 2009 van, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
2009 van. And now it's off the road because it's got the springs have gone in. So it's quite an expensive repair now.
That's right. Yeah, a few mechanical issues on that van, unfortunately. But I think it was saying that's basically due to my driving more than anything else. Unfortunately, I think I've gone over 1 or 2 speed bumps without really, reducing my speed. So I think that's just driving related as opposed to the condition of the van.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch out, are you on the road then going that fast?
Yeah, it's those speed bumps in Manchester.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I don't think it's got anything to do with the van or the fact that it was bought secondhand. I think it's just to do with my less attentive driving,
Right.
going over speed bumps without reducing speed.
Okay. Okay. And the last thing I want to ask is, so what key facts can you learn from the situation, of the past, of the strategy, what was set out to what's happened and the things, what you've learned? So what are the key takeaways from this experience?
In relation to what, Tony?
In relation to what you've learned, because you said earlier about you would have done things differently. So just for the...
Yeah, retrospectively, hindsight would have been, the mindset, the skill set training. I should have watched the videos before actually going to Manchester. But although I was playing catch up in Manchester, I think I think I've fully grasped the teachings of the mindset training, the skill set training, and the mindset training. Skill wise, I think, as far as I can get, as far as my mental capabilities are taking me, I'm there.
Right. Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Well, we'll leave at that. Excellent. Thanks for that. And now I'm going to switch over to Gillen. I'm just going to go over the same questions and then just see how he's gone on with his business. So can you hear me, Gillen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going back to the beginning again and going back to Masterful Engineer program. And the main thing what we spoke about, what I was hammering about, was the mindset, not the skill set, the mindset training. So how did you implement that into your business in the beginning when you launched your business? Oh, but what did you do?
Well, at the beginning, I was listening a lot, the mindset training bit. I'm still listening at my van, at the 6-7 steps. But at the beginning, I was listening a lot, and I think it did help me a lot because at the beginning, I was thinking a lot differently from what I think now. So I've kind of changed over the time.
Okay, just give us a bit of information on what you mean you've changed over the time, in what sense?
Well, at the beginning, I was thinking, just to get qualified, learn some bit of, to get some information and go or work for a company or something like that. But that changed after that. When I listened to all the um, information, and I was talking to you, and I'm thinking a lot different now.
Okay.
And
So,
I think the path that I took is the right one.
okay. So, as I said, so the mindset business training, how did that sort of then help you start the business? What did you use to help you start the business mindset side of it?
To just to believe in myself, to believe that it could happen, it will happen, um, if you sort of um, if you sort of make a path and go after it, then if you believe in yourself that you can do it, then you can really do it. So it helped me to understand that. So at
Right,
the beginning, I never thought I can do all that on my own.
right. Well, that's spot on. That you got to believe in yourself, believe in whatever you're doing. It's going to work, like you said, and that's all you focus on.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
pardon?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. So that's really good. So going back to this path, what we're talking about. So the path, what you see in the mindset training. Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So the path, what you believed that it was going in the webinars, what the sort of system, what was laid out, the model.
Hmm.
What was so? How did you sort of see that the system, what was laid out in front of you? What was your belief in that?
Well, we was talking about it on the webinars every time. It was doing plans. Uh, you know, at what stage, what step by step, what we're gonna do, and all that happened. Everything what we was talking about, it, it happened. We've been through all that spots now, and you know,
Yeah.
as it was planned, we're
Right.
running our own businesses, and we're working on our own.
Okay. Good. So so basically I went through the path. I went through the model, like I said, over the series of weeks through the webinars, explaining at each sort of section what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it because these are the things that work. I've proven it. So you believed in it and went for it.
Yeah, the path is there. Uh, the path is there. You explained all the steps, so we just had to follow them.
That's right. That's right. Okay, excellent. So regarding the marketing tools, what you used in your business to start currently and before you started, just explain what marketing you did and how you went about it.
Yeah, I've done quite a lot actually. Um, I've done like an advertisement on Google, which I'm paying for. I've done Facebook. I've done quite a lot of on Facebook. Um, I've done a few advertisements in there, um, and I think that they're doing quite well because you you know you can see all the results like on the reports. as a report on every single advertisement, and following the results, and I think they're doing quite well. Um,
Okay.
and I'm on Rated People. I'm on Checkatrade. I've only gone live on Checkatrade yesterday, actually, and I think that's gonna do very, very well. Um, um, then yeah, Rated People, Checkatrade, Facebook, Google, advertisement.
Okay.
I've been also I've been emailing a lot of estate agents. Um, Basically everything I can um, shout about myself. I'm using everything.
Right. Okay. So it sounds like a lot of energy's being displayed, being conveyed to people out there about what you're doing.
Yeah. Every time when I've got my job, that's what I'm doing.
And where's this like drive energy coming from?
Well, I want the things to happen. I want the business to start running really well. So I know if I don't do it, then it will not happen. So I'm just I might have to just go do it because, as I said, if you're not doing it, then it will not happen.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I know that, so I'm doing it.
Excellent. Okay. Well, that's true. That's true. You got, like you said, the key things, what you said, you got to believe in yourself, believe in the model, believe in the path you're going. And that's where the energy and drive will come from.
Yeah.
Good, good. So I'm going to go to just speak about Rated People. How was that doing for you, Rated People?
It's doing okay. I don't like Rated People. I actually hate it. But yeah, but it's all right at the moment. But I think I'm gonna use it um, only until I don't have to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Once that happens, then I think I'm gonna stop using it. But yeah, he's doing it okay at the moment. I've got a few jobs out of it.
Okay, so how would you say, how are you doing your successes? Because yeah, you are doing quite a few jobs from Rated People. What's your technique? What's your secret?
Yeah, well, to be honest, at the moment I'm using it mostly just to, again, to trying to show myself, you know, trying to get as much as people um, know about us because I'm new here in my area, and it's new here, so they have to they have to um, learn about us. So I'm using Rated People as well as to get some jobs and some income, uh, also to advertise myself. For example, um, I've got a job from Rated People on electric boilers, and I've gone there. There's hundreds of flats, so I found the management company of the flats, and I gave them a lot of leaflets, and they said they're gonna use us for all them electric boilers. So that's kind of advertisement, and it's been very positive thing. Even though I don't like Rated People, it's been good.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent. That's great. That's great. So on what you've done, so how do you feel about the decisions you've made so far in what you've done from the get-go?
I think From the beginning until now, I always was trying to do what I have to do. I've been trying to do the right things, and there's not there is not much things that I would do differently. I think the path that I took is the right one, and I I believe we are at the right direction, and very soon the things will get a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, about rating people, about using them, what I believe will happen is in the summer months where it's quiet, they do come in handy. But when the winter months kick in and our own website will take over, you'll get more calls from the website because we position on page 1 now on both your sort of town searches and your sort of main Birmingham and East London as well. So you'll get more work in the winter. There's going to be more work for everyone. So that's when it'll really kick in. So it's a bit of a cycle, really. You've started in a sort of low cycle, but it's a summertime. But when a peak season kicks in, then obviously it'll step up. And the other things, what we'll be doing, working in the background, that's all going to help as well. So you're right, you are on the right path. You're both on the right path. You both made the right decisions. Joining the A&R Engineer Team Network and then what you've done. So final thing, so I think you answered it anyway, but what are the key factors for you in basically going on this path?
What do you mean?
Well, the key factors of basically what you've gone through. So what are the key takeaways, what you can say to people out there?
The key things, well, first of all, they have to believe in themselves, and not to doubt it, because once you start doubt the things, they kind of start reversing. Just as I said, the steps are set up in there. Just follow them, and the things are happening. It's not easy. No one says it's easy, but if you believe in yourself, and if you really want things to happen, then they are happening. It's taking a time, but
okay. So I'll just sort of reiterate what you just said. In this particular instance, there was a clear path what was set out in front of you previously before you started in the previous webinars, and you believe in that path, you went for that path, you stuck to it because you believe it was going to happen. Is that correct?
yeah.
Okay. So if something works and you follow that path, then the result is you're going to work. It's going to work. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And that's what I've said all along. And that's the same with anything. Anything. It doesn't have to be this business model. It could be anything. If something's working and you see something successful and you say, well, and I want to get involved with whatever it is, you follow that path and you'll get the same result. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So that, as I said, the topic was about this, so basically about what you do and what you don't do gives you the result of where you're at. However, these things, so if it's not going right, you can always change it and then get back on course. So it's not a done deal. So as I said, this business model is liquid. It's not set in stone. It's always innovating, and that's what's good about what we're doing. We've come a long way from when we first started. When I spoke about the model, it's changed a lot from when we first started. What do you think, Nadine?
Going back to my days spent with you doing my portfolio, and now looking at everything that's happened, it's unrecognizable. I think everybody's unrecognizable. You're unrecognizable. Gillen's unrecognizable. I'm unrecognizable. So we've all come a very, very long way since those days, and it's all developed for the better, I think. It's like
I think is an understatement. I think
yeah.
there's no doubt, as Gillen said, there's no doubt. It's belief, 100% come a long way, and it is going a long way.
Yeah, we've all metamorphized. Yeah.
And another year from now, or even just before that, because we're going to be starting a new webinars with the new people who were like you last year. And we spoke about this last year, that new people will come along and then you will be able to help them. So that is all going to come to pass. So I think we're on an exciting path, we're on the right path, and another 2-3 years, you know, it's just going to be, it's just up and up and up where we're going. No doubt. That's what we're saying, no doubt.
Yeah, I think that's the best way can someone take if they want to work and if they want to be in that trade, in that business. That's the way they can. That's the best way they can. Best path.
Say that again. That it's the best
for them people. The new people, the people who want to trade in that, want to be in that trade, in that business. That's the best way they can took.
Right, I see. Yeah, so you say it's the best way to follow the path of what's set out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so I think that's it for tonight. But yeah, it was good to hear both sides of the coin, because the purpose of this is to show people obviously the benefits of following the path and the results of doing the things that you could do or could do, it gives you a different result. So, but as I said, in this team, there's no losers. We're a team. If something's going off track, we put it back on track, because we're all going to be winners. So yeah, thanks for you guys for having this little talk, and hopefully it's going to help other people, the new people coming into the A&R Engineer Team Network. And you two guys are going to be a big influence on these future people. They're going to be looking to you as basically like they look to me, but they'll be looking to you as well, because you are the leaders now. You are the what's the word? The first ones of the first children.
Guinea pigs.
No.
Yeah.
You've gone past guinea pigs. You've gone past guinea pigs. You would have been dead by now. You're still alive. You're still alive. So you've gone through all that, and you've gone through that, and you now your own businesses, which was, before, like you said, Gillen, you was going to just do a job when you met me. Yeah, that was your view of your life, as do this gas portfolio and get a job, and maybe 2 or 3 years I'll go on my own. That was your outlook until you met me, until you seen this new path, this model, what obviously it didn't exist in your life till you come across what I was doing. Same with Nadine, and hopefully the same with the others. So it's not for everyone, and I think the reason why it's not for everyone, you said it yourself, if they doubt, they don't believe it's going to work, or it's too good to be true, I think there's some sort of attach, they don't believe in themselves. That's why some people won't do it. But the main thing, what they'll happen with other people, they'll be wondering why they're struggling, and they will be struggling. You guys are going to be doing really well, and you've got involved with something at the beginning, and as I said, you're always up. So it's best to get involved with something at the beginning, because you guys are going to really benefit. So you definitely chose the right path, and that's great, absolutely wonderful. So that's it from me and from you, and we'll have a chat next time.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Goodbye.
We'll be speaking tomorrow on the road, doing your businesses.
Absolutely.
One more thing before you go. Gillen,
Yeah.
that technical advice on the Gladhill today,
Yeah.
how was it?
Yeah. It's difficult to do them things over the phone, but I've been doing it quite a lot with you now, and every time, well, it's wonderful. Basically, sometimes I prove myself that if I was on my own, I was gonna be lost.
Well, yeah, well, to be honest, I was quite impressed myself, to be honest, with that particular one, because I just use your photographs. You send me a picture of this situation, and all them wires to check this, check that, check the voltage through what we're saying, check it through the off-peak live, go through that relay, check this one through to the PCB, and so on and so on. Even I think, wow, how the hell did I do that? So, amazed myself.
Yeah, we still have to go back to it.
Yeah, well, as I said, that particular one's very technical, very technical.
Yeah, definitely. This one is very technical.
Yeah, but that's years of experience, me looking at that. I've learnt the hard way myself, because when I looked at that, I didn't have a clue what to do, where to start, anything.
Yeah, but I'm glad there is jobs like this one, because I learn a lot out of them.
Absolutely. And as I said, when we was first talking about our webinars last year about the electric boilers, how do have a great effect on the business, especially in the summertime. So the Gladhill boiler training, what you've both done, Nadine's done a few boiler repairs on Gladhills as well. So it's going to have to come into your own during the summer months. So anyway, I'm gone now. Said it 3 times. I'm going now. So I'm out of here. Speak to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.